Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. It's me, Andy, Decayed Andy with Big D. Hello, Big D.
Hello.
And we are all working. That's always good to see. It makes me pleased as
Huzzah.
punch. How's it going? This is a pre-show, so we could talk about anything. Anything and
Ooh.
everything. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I mean, I've been dreading the upcoming release window for all the gaming stuff because Armageddon for Yarrick stuff goes up for pre-order this weekend, which is a week earlier than I thought, which I'm very annoyed by.
Yeah, not this weekend, but next.
Next, yes,
yeah.
the coming weekend.
Yeah, the preview of the pre-orders is up.
Yes,
Which always confuses me when people talk about GW stuff because it's like, oh, it's up. It's like, no, it's just previewed, so you can see it now.
Yeah, because I was expecting it to go up the first weekend in May because that would kind of tie into how they did Eye of Terror and Maelstrom and Titus.
Yeah.
But hey, consistency's never been GW strong suit.
No. I think
Yeah.
it would have been quite nice if they'd done a made to order Yarrick as well, the old one. I think that would have been a
Ooh,
good idea.
it would. I mean, I still have both old Yarricks anyway, but it would have been quite nice, wouldn't it?
I'm hoping maybe they do it. Maybe they do a old Yarrick and old Thraka 2-pack.
Oh, that'd be tasty.
I need both of them, so I'd be happy enough to do that.
Mm.
Though I would prefer them do. I know they won't. I would prefer them doing some of the old metal undead stuff, but they won't because there's no game that uses the old metal undead at the moment.
I mean, not yet.
Officially. Yeah, that's why they won't do it for a while.
Yeah.
We don't know when the next quote unquote edition of Fantasy Battle Old World is gonna happen.
I mean, when you say old undead, do you mean the pre-Vampire Count stuff or stuff that came post-Vampire Count?
I mean, like any of the metal things, any of the metal dudes. So you could have like, I mean, there was some really good like whites who were just like, old and metal.
I think I still have. Do you remember the classic white with the two-handed greatsword?
And the big pointy helmet.
Yeah, had the really cool. Probably had the coolest armor of lot. I still have him around here somewhere.
Yeah, he's very cool. I wouldn't mind getting him at one point. I wouldn't mind just getting more of those undeads because they're really fun.
Yeah, and the weird thing, I have some of Juan Diaz's first Blood Dragon sculpts.
Are those the official ones? Were they metal or were they fine cast?
They were metal. These were when they kind of first brought the Vampire Count concept in, and so there's one mounted who is.
You do get vampires on horses who are metal, but they're not classed as blood dragons, are they? They're just like leading units, right? Like generals.
Yeah, so because they did mounted. Well, it gets a bit weird. So initially, they did Manfred on horseback. Manfred the Bastard von Carstein, done with really luscious flowing hair. That version, to be fair, it's a really nice mini. And then it was only for Blood Dragon that was officially a mounted dragon, and he was a really weird sculpture. He's got a huge lance and really intricate, very Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula ribbed, fleshy musculature style armor.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Yeah, but a very static pose otherwise, because he just looks like a mounted tank, effectively. And then that was kind of like the 5th into 6th edition Vampire Counts. And then about the time of 7th, they went through and they did new foot and mounted versions of all the different types of vampire. So you had, I think there were 2 Lamians, there were 2 von Carsteins, and there were 2 Blood Dragons.
Yeah.
All with different loadouts and
there was the silly, what were they called? The Necra some things?
The Necrarchs.
Necrarchs, yeah, with the big giant collars.
And the Strigoi.
That's right.
Neither of it. Actually, no, the Necrarchs did have a mounted one as well.
They had one mounted one, yeah. He had a massive, peacock neck collar thingy behind his head.
Yeah, but those ones made a point of making them so that each of the mounted ones matched their associated foot version much more closely than they'd done in the past, which is quite nice in fairness.
Yeah, I
But
wouldn't mind seeing those, or like maybe seeing like Manfred or Vlad. You know, the Finecast ones. I'd like to see them in their original metal versions get re-released.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a re-release of Isabella.
Which
Because
one?
the thing is, the miniature they released for her in Finecast, I think, is from a period where it was supposed to be metal.
Yeah, I think there is a metal version of that, but I'm not sure.
I don't think she ever got released in metal, but I think she's from that period where, because there's a bunch of minis that we had them. They've done them for Old World in metal, but they only released initially in Finecast. So they were from that period where they were designed for metal, but they were phasing it out in favor of the resin instead. So I suspect she is one of those minis.
But it's weird because the Tomb Spider that I got was in resin rather than metal, and it was the re-release version from when we went to Warhammer World.
Well, the funny thing there is that they did come out and say when they were in the designer logs when they were previewing a lot of the stuff they were re-releasing for Old World.
Yeah.
But some of the bigger beasties and war machines, because like with the Empire War Wagon and the Bretonnian Trebuchet and the Tomb Spider, they were either going to rather than metal, they'd said they were going to be in resin, and where they could, they were going to be remastering the molds as well. So
weird.
The War Wagon has some tweaked detailing. The Trebuchet they've cleaned up, and by all accounts, doesn't make people want to hurt themselves like the metal one used to. Because good God, that thing! I never built one, but it looked hateful.
Was it one of those things where you had to pin it, otherwise it just wouldn't work?
Yeah, I mean, it was a giant metal trebuchet. I mean, I can't imagine not putting that on a base as well.
Oh yeah,
but I don't think it ever came with a base originally.
Oh really? Okay, weird.
I don't think it did. If anyone in the chat had a Bretonnian trebuchet from back in day, please let us know, because I don't think it came. I'm pretty sure initially it was placed just flat on the table. Which is open to all sorts of problems.
Oh, I bet, yeah. I was actually thinking how easy it is to be an orc or especially a Skaven player. If you're missing something, you can just literally go to like the supermarket and buy lollipop sticks and then just build it.
All of that, just put a bit of glue on whatever's missing and dip it into your bits box, and whatever comes out will be fine.
That's a Skaven thing. Close enough. Yeah, that works. You don't need to spend money as a Skaven player. You can just be cheap and tatty.
No, if it's Skaven, you just put a dodgy-looking gem on the end and paint it like some warped stone bullshit.
True. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All you do is go to one of those shitty, like, New Age gem stores, right? And the box, you know how I don't know what stores they have them, but I do remember in certain stores there's just like a box of different kinds of like gems.
Yeah, I know the sort of place you mean,
and they're all shit, and they're all cheap as crap. You could just go in there and just get like handfuls of this stuff and start, like you say, just glue it to anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you could just find a rock, a nice little tiny pebble that's in the right shape, and then just spray it up, right? Just paint it green.
Yeah, that, some glass beads. Hell, if you're an orc player, if you're missing a part, just put a grot in its place instead.
Yeah. A screaming grot. That'd do you good.
Yeah. Yes. This is my load-bearing grot.
You can't do that with the undead, or it's harder, because it needs to be more bony.
I mean, then you just have a spare kit of skeletons on hand.
I was actually thinking to myself, when they reintroduce them to the old world, what skeleton kit would they re-release?
Oh man,
would they just do the Tomb King's one, but without the Tomb King upgrade sprue, because they already have it on hand and they're using it? Or would they use the later one that they did until basically AOS took over? And I wasn't sure.
I suspect it would be that later one, because
to make it different from the Tomb Kings. Yeah, I think that as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Tomb Kings one is basically like the 5th edition plastic skeleton kit anyway, with a with an upgrade sprue.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If I remember
That's why
right.
that's why I was wondering if they just do it and just, like I say, remove that sprue, because they
I mean,
wouldn't
but
need to
they
do
could just do that as
anything.
well, and maybe do a new vampire counts upgrade sprue instead,
That'd be
which
fun.
would we've seen them do more surprising stuff for Old World.
Because I'll be honest, I much prefer the leg poses on that Tomb King's kit. Because every fucking pair of legs in that skeleton kit, the one that we're talking about, they're all
Hmm.
doing the exact same leg pose. Right leg is forward and bent, and left leg is back and straight. All of them. They've just got a different tat around their legs.
Yeah, that's true. Although, doesn't that help sell the idea that they're this single-minded phalanx?
Yes, it's meant to give you the idea that they're all going in one motion, but I don't like that idea as much.
You'd rather them to be a bit more shambling in their.
Yeah, I don't think my interpretation of necromancy wouldn't, unless you're incredibly strong in it, I don't think it would be as regimented and robotic as just like they're all in perfect unison step.
That's fair.
That's how I always saw it. And it also, like, it's because I also, you play Total War Warhammer, and that's how the skeletons move, and it just visually doesn't look that good when they're just all doing the exact same motion.
That's fair.
It looks weird. It looks lazy, but it's a deliberate choice,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, rather than them all kind of going at a slightly different pace.
It's an odd one.
Yeah. Shall we get to the pooping?
We probably should have. We'll talk Warhammer all night, which there's a different podcast for that.
I was going to say, there's a whole other show. It's not going to be, maybe it won't be a long one, because there's not a huge amount to go through, because I thought, should we add the other stuff? But after this one, it's Combiner Wars from 2014, which I didn't think was that long ago, but apparently it is. Oof.
Yeah.
All right, music time, boys.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy, here with the one and only Big D once again. Hello, Big D.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. You're here once more, which means it's time to talk about toys.
Hell yeah.
Third and final part of the thrilling 30s of 2013 and 2014. We've only got the Voyagers, a leader figure, and a Titan class figure, the first Titan class figure.
Yeah.
Done. I guess we'll be talking about it. I'm not sure how long this show will be. I guess it depends how into the nitty gritty we get, but there's not a huge amount to go through. We'll be starting off with Rhinox today. Generations Voyager Rhinox. Did you have this figure, Big D?
Had and still have, in fact.
Oh, okay. Because this was one I avoided. Dave got it, but I didn't enjoy fiddling with his. I never got the urge to buy it in the future. I think visually it's quite nice to look at, but I didn't enjoy transforming it back and forth. I think the general robot aesthetic is not identical to the show, to the Beast Wars cartoon, but I think it's a good update. The head sculpt's very nice. And the Rhino mode was fine. It was fine. There's hiccups here and there, like on the back of the front legs. I think he's fairly closed up underneath, though, right? He's fairly
pretty much. So yeah, I mean, the back of the forelegs is probably the most obvious sign that he's not actually a white rhino.
Yeah,
and then that honestly, I don't find it too bad, because to do better, you kind of need to get into masterpiece price points. To be fair,
yeah,
and I do, and the biggest gripe I probably had, and it's one that they do point out in the description, is that sometimes it could be difficult to pose him because of his feet.
He's got no back heels, really, right?
No back heels, and also his feet are actually uneven because they're basically part of the rhino hide.
Oh.
So they have different texturing.
Oh.
It's not terrible, but it can be a thing. I mean, but you're right. The main selling point, though, is the robot mode, which is not completely accurate. There are differences, but as a compromise of a Rhinox that looks recognizably Rhinox from the show. This was a pretty good effort.
Did he have rubbery plastic on him as well?
Not that I remember. He was
This is-
quite.
I
This
was looking at it and I was wondering if the back piece, like where the rhino head is, that entire back section, was that not rubber? I can't remember if it was or wasn't.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I don't think it was. It might have been just a slightly softer plastic to allow for compression, but I don't think it was that. Excuse me. I don't think it was that rubbery sort of plastic. I think you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's for beast mode is actually really nicely detailed though. For sculpting for that rhino hide is actually really good.
Yeah.
In fairness.
Yeah.
He has his twin chain guns, which have a little spinny gimmick.
Does he have both of them or just one of them? Because in the image they only show one, but in the Japanese one they show two.
He has two.
Okay, that's good.
And they do a cute thing where I think if I remember rightly, they plug together so that they can be clipped inside the beast mode.
Ah, okay.
Weird thing is that they mention in the description that the hands affected being able to place the guns in them, but I never had that issue. I never noticed it, so that's weird. But
what does it mean by what they just didn't fit?
I think what I mean is
the
way the hands are sculpted, they've got a slightly extended trigger finger. So like he's got his fingers on the triggers, and because of the chain guns of Doom are actually quite small on this figure comparatively. Because they're designed to fit inside the beast mode as well. They're not as big as you would expect them to be. So I think some people may have reported that the extended trigger finger, there's not enough clearance between the post for the handle and the front of the gun, so it won't go as far in as you'd like. Where you have to put in some slightly odd poses.
Okay.
Not something I ever had an issue with, to be fair. But I'm not going to discount that it could have been an issue for some folks. So
maybe my bad vibes for the figure come more from the Kingdom one, because I know that wasn't very good. And I mean, even just looking at the Kingdom one compared to this one, the Thrilling 30s one, I think the Thrilling 30s one does look a lot better, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do have both. I think the Kingdom one gets some stuff more screen accurate.
But it attempts to, at least, I would say.
Yeah, but I do think I prefer the Thrilling 31 overall.
Yeah, we'll wait until the War for Cybertron talk, I suppose, Kingdom stuff talking about. But I mean, just looking back and forth at them, one looks a lot better than the other. So I don't know why I just never picked this guy up. There must have just been something about it I didn't like at the time. I have no idea what that was.
It is funny, though, that the Kingdom figure made the miniguns even smaller.
Oh, they're tiny. They're like pitiful. They're painted at least, which is a benefit.
Yeah.
But they're really crap. Japan did their own version, the Generations version of Rhinox, and this looks a lot better, I would say, in terms of its paint scheme. More of a, I think they're trying to give that weird, shiny, almost texture that the show had, because it was a low poly show, and there was absolutely no texture on those models in the show. So maybe that's why he's got like this bronze sheen to him. Or maybe it's just, the Japan of 2014 and 15, which, as we've seen many a time before, which is just chrome it. Why not?
I mean, I think there's a bit of that, but also I think Rhinox's animation model, it's not the beast mode is much more of that pale grey than anything.
No, he's definitely brown in the cartoon. Definitely brown.
I think it's kind of a brownish grey tone. He's leaning more white Rhino, but I think they have tried to go more for a screen accurate take here.
Which is, again, that's what Japan do.
Yeah, whereas the American one is a bit more accurate to the toy. With the bot mode having a bit more of the animation mixed in.
But Japan has obviously added silver to the weapons and more detail to the weapon, which is nice.
Yes,
And
that is quite tasty.
they've added the shininess to the facial hair, quote unquote, on the figure as well, so it makes it pop a bit more as well, which is quite nice.
I mean, if there's one place you're going to put chrome on Rhinox, his facial hair is where it needs to go, really.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that was the part in the show where it was shiniest. Anyway, so that's the place you do it.
Yeah,
But oddly
but
enough, that
overall,
was it. There was only 2 versions of this mold, and then nothing else. That was it.
yeah, that's. I mean, it's one of those things where Rhinox is a character. He never got repainted anyway back in the day, did he?
He did.
He
got the Fox Kids repaint. There's the white
That's
rhino with the weird black splodges on him.
That's right.
And
But-
I can't remember if there was another one as well. There might have been.
But he didn't get turned into any other characters, though, did he?
No. No, yeah, I don't think he was another character, not like Dino connected. Zero ES. I'm guessing where refresh.
Huzzah!
I just need it to connect to the to streaming. Well, it'll sort itself out, I'm sure. That's a future Andy
Yay.
problem. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, technology, baby.
Yeah. Yes, something about you, Big D, that makes me drop my internet frames. What is that? What did he do? Why did he do it? Anyway,
Gift.
Anyway, is there anything else you want to say on Rhinox, or is that it?
No, I think we can safely say it. Are there issues with the figure? Sure. Is it still a decent one to have in your collection? If you're a Beast Wars fan, I'll say so.
I'd say he kind of, for me, drips into that. Well, clearly because I didn't pick him up, he drips into that forgettable side. I find a lot of the Thrilling 30s Voyagers, apart from the first 2, to be reasonably forgettable. But maybe that'll change as we go through these.
I can kind of understand that.
Rhinox drops into that. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
It doesn't help that, and I know in Rhinox's case, the Kingdom one is kind of regarded as being inferior.
Yeah.
But a lot of the Thrilling 30 stuff has had more recent figures released as replacements for folks. So I can kind of see why so much of it is forgettable, because people, they've moved on. In some cases, they've gone, well, this is a better version. I shall have that one in my collection. Thank you.
But are they better versions? I think that's the interesting thing. Because is War for Cybertron Springer better than Thrilling 30s? No, not even close.
Yeah.
Is Blitzwing is the leader Blitzwing better than the Voyager Blitzwing? I think that's a bit of a hard one to say, to be honest.
Yeah,
especially with how poorly that Blitzwing sold as well. The leader one, I mean, that thing was going for like £30 or less at one point because no one was buying it.
I mean, I didn't buy RRP mainly because I didn't want those giant Hulk hands he came with. Where did they come from?
No one knows. Nobody knows. I want someone to ask the question, why did that Blitzwing get Hulk hands? It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Well, we had spare budget. That's probably what it comes down to. Something weird like that anyway.
It kind of makes me want to grab them by the lapels and go, then just make the figure better.
Yeah, because that was a rough figure, to be fair, especially for a leader. Especially for a leader. So next up, we have another. I don't think most of these I didn't get. I don't know what it was about the Voyagers for Thrilling 30s, but I didn't get these. This was Generations Whirl. This was not the whirl that anybody wanted, really, because this was based off the original toy rather than More Than Meets the Eye.
Then he features elements of More Than Meets the Eye in the design.
Yeah,
of the robot, which is
but not enough to the point where you go, oh yeah, but it's like you say, the little hints here and there. And it's weird because obviously we had Springer, who's clearly IDW. We had Swerve, who was IDW. We had Tailgate, who was clearly IDW. We had quite a lot of figures in the line previously, who were very IDW inspired. And then we have a very G1 with hints of IDW Whirl. And this wasn't a great figure either, I would say. I definitely remember playing with this at Dave's and being very meh about it. It's got a very ugly helicopter mode. I do appreciate the go walk mode. That's fun. It's very silly,
Yeah.
but fun. And then we have a fairly long and lanky robot mode with with very odd feet, which again is like nodding back to the original G1 toy. But I wouldn't say like, oh, good. I'd be like,
Yeah.
but why?
He's a weird. But you know what? What's really funny though?
Hmm?
I own 2 of this figure
Different
and of
versions?
Roadbuster. No. I own 2 copies of Whirl and Roadbuster, the Generation versions.
Why?
I don't know. One of each I know I have. I got the toy hacks for, so I gave them the full Wrecker makeover.
Okay.
And then for some reason I just have one extra of both of them.
That's
And I
really
don't know
weird.
why.
No.
I can't even remember where I got them from because they're not boxed. In fact, Whirl might be missing pieces, one of them. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I kind of have a bit of a soft spot for this world, mainly because of the memories I have from picking up the first one, because I got it at a convention, and basically there was a guy there trying to. I think it was like it hadn't been seen on UK shelves anywhere, and there was this one stand that it was a clothes stand, and randomly they had a Brilliant 30s Whirl in the.
As he do.
Yeah, and they were trying to get like 30 quid for it, and I said, I'll give you 15. And I said, fine.
All right. Get it off my fucking stand. I don't want it.
Result. But it hadn't even been released at that point.
Oh, that's weird.
And they just had it randomly. They didn't have any other Transformers merch. They just had this one sole Transformers figure.
That's really odd.
And no one else at the event had it. The Forbidden Planet stand didn't have it. Space Bridge didn't have it. And that was really weird for neither of those two to have it
definitely.
at a big Comic-Con. So, yeah, I was quite chuffed about that.
Wasn't this the first of the Voyagers that started introducing like sticker sheets as well?
Yeah.
And the stickers were dog shit?
Yes. And I think Whirl and Roadbuster, they weren't so much trying to riff on. I mean, Whirl does have the head, but it's very Modern Meets the Eye Whirl. But overall, the designs for him and Roadbuster are much more the original G1 toys, just modernized. And I have a certain amount of respect for them, for the intent of that.
Why?
And because these were figures that were still kind of niche even when they first came out, the original versions of Roadbuster and Whirl, because they weren't Takara designs. They were from another company. And they came, they went, and ended up in the Wreckers, which is where they made their name.
Sure.
And so the fact that someone at Hasbro, I guess, saw the fact that they had because they had still appeared in books, and Whirl especially had become a bit of a fan fave through Modern Meets the Eye. So someone clearly thought of his excuse to give him an update. And I mean, that is a pretty one-to-one update of the original toy, just with modern engineering involved, for better or worse.
Yeah, I would edge more on the worser side of things. I don't think. I think this feels more like something that would be done today. But I think it'd be a bit cleaner if it was done today. But
that's a very good way to describe it. It feels much more like a modern take on.
Yeah, like 2026 versus like what Thrilling 30s was going for, which was, I guess Thrilling 30s was trying to do a bit of everything, but they never did, as far as I can think of, because we have been covering this, they never did like a heavily toy inspired version of the figures. But I guess maybe this was their attempt at doing that.
Yeah, that would be my take on it as well, to be fair.
I don't mind the idea because they are very, especially Whirl's of G1 Whirl's a very unique aesthetic, which is clearly not Generation 1E because he wasn't really from the Diaclone line or anything like that, so really stood out. But the fact that his helicopter mode is basically a deluxe in terms of how tight it looks. I'd say that Springer's helicopter mode looks a lot better than this, and he had to be a car as well.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely. He's got all the C-clip weapons as well, which.
Yeah, but he can't C-clip any of them. He has no C-clips. Yeah, C-clip weapons, but no C-clips.
They're on his legs.
Oh, fuck off! I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the little. What do you call those? The little quote unquote
landing
legs.
Skids.
Oh, the landing skids. That's it. Yeah, of the helicopter. But there's no actual C-clips on him.
Yeah.
In places that you would use them, and the fact that like the weapons are kind of like that, you fold away his pincer hands and you kind of slide them over his stumps. I don't know how else you'd do that. But that looks also kind of awkward and sad in a way.
It's only for one of them as well. It's only for the null ray. Everything else.
Yeah, how's he hold a minigun?
But he actually does have 5mm ports on either side of the forearms, so you can actually plug the gun in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course he does, because that's how they're plugged in for the helicopter mode. They're just on the underside of the forearm.
Yeah,
that's where it is. Okay, that's why I couldn't see them. Yeah, I again with the amount of weapons that him and Roadbuster come with, it feels like they were almost compensating. Like they took out budget from the original from the figure to give them stickers and also give them these weapons.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I would happily have taken both of these figures with traditional paint or tampograph stuff already put on.
Yeah.
And fewer weapons in favor of just fixing the little. Well, there's more in Roadbuster. Whirl is a much better, I think, action figure because he's more poseable. He can do more in robot mode. Roadbuster, when we get to him, all there's things to say about Roadbuster.
Yeah. Because I didn't have him. Do you think this guy could have been a deluxe? Because I'm wondering if he could have been a deluxe in terms of scale.
Possibly. I mean, given him a Voyager's stature is quite, because he does have I think he does have a nice heft in hand. He doesn't feel light.
No.
Although his alt mode is quite compact, it unfolds quite considerably.
I'm talking about obviously like the complexity of the transformation, because it doesn't seem to be that deep of a transformation. I'm wondering if that just could be scaled down, and if we didn't give him the plethora of weapons, maybe the hand gimmick was a little bit more simplified because they were on little rotary joints.
Yeah,
could have been scaled down.
It possibly could have done. Yeah.
That's how it looks to me, which that's not always what you want, I would say. But there was another version of him as well. There was the Legends version, and then I don't think there was another version. It doesn't look like there was.
He did get a redeco.
Oh no, there it is.
And a resculpt.
Let's talk about the Legends. Yeah, we'll talk about the Legends one first, because there's not much to talk about. I think it's a better color scheme on him, and the image does actually show you him using his quote-unquote C-clips and all of his weapons, and he did come with, 4 weapons in total?
Yes, yeah.
But in terms
some
of
them were weirder than others, I will admit.
Oh, yeah. But in terms of color scheme, they've gone for proper baby blue and then kind of a dark blue as well, where the other American release was kind of an oceany blue, and then that was just
this
his
one
color.
feels much more like the color of the comic world that people might have expected, especially from Modern Meets the Eye. This is much more that color scheme.
And the dark blue helps break up that light blue everywhere.
Oh yeah,
and they've got that dark blue also on the canopy cockpit as well, so it breaks up the translucent orange window quite nicely. And I'm guessing, but I don't know this for sure, that he has no stickers and he actually just have tampos on him. I'm going to make that assumption.
I would expect so, yeah, given it's Takara.
I would be surprised if Takara shoved in a cheapo sticker sheet.
Yes.
It's not there. It's not really them. To be fair,
Yeah.
one thing
mean,
I did notice as well, it looks like
does look a lot nicer.
the thighs are on backwards as well, or the thighs are wrong because when you're in robot mode, the hollow parts are sticking outwards.
Well, it's a funny thing. For legs, there's some confusion as to which is the intended mode, because the legs can do that digigrade or digitigrade look that IDW World has. But the instructions kind of suggest doing that for the gearwalk mode, when it feels like it should be what you do for the robot mode, and then the gearwalk mode has the other leg configuration.
But all that requires is just you twisting the thighs, right? It's nothing, anything else, right?
I think it's just the knees, just how you pose the knees. In fairness.
Oh, so then how would that like stop the hollow parts of the thighs being so very much in your face? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I did. Actually, no, you might be right there, in fairness.
Because it was the same on the American picture as well. You can see on the outside of the thighs the hollow part.
Oh yeah.
And on the inside of the leg is where you've got the slot for the mushroom peg.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that's the case.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it?
I'm guessing you hadn't noticed that when I mentioned it, and you're like, "Hang on, what's he talking about?" Then you're like, "Oh, okay, that's weird."
Actually, I thought it was deco. In fairness, on the American one, silver. It looked black.
No, those are hollow parts.
Huh.
It's weird. I don't get it.
It's
odd.
Yeah.
But you did mention there was another version, which is the Cloud line, the very bizarre Cloud line, and he was done into Shockwave, which kind of makes sense, I suppose. He does have a mono eye, so yeah. I do like his weapons have gone from being black to translucent pink, kind of like Megatron's axe thing. I think that looks quite fun. Color scheme's a little bit boring though, because it is just mostly purple with random bits of silver on him or grey.
You know what? I would have sworn this guy had a new head sculpt done, but no, it's the same head.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, if it's a mono eye, why change it? I suppose. But I forgot he could turn into a weird battle platform as well as Megatron is using him. Wait, is that official? Is that an official battle platform mode or not?
I have
it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And it's kind of adorable.
Yeah.
I'm surprising how well it does come together with the
weapons and stuff. Yeah. It's odd though that like if that's the case again, the engineering money was put towards like, oh yeah, it can turn into a little battle platform cannon. You'd be like, but why? why would he do that? Can you imagine Gruff telling you to spread your legs and hold a gun in your mouth while he gets behind you?
I'm not going to share my personal thoughts with you.
You could do. We're friends. We can share things, just not on the internet. But I think okay. So what were the other ones for the Cloud? We had the Starscream one, which was actually pretty good. Who was that out of?
That
Blitzwing,
was
right? No, Blitzwing. It was out
Double
Blitzwing.
Dealer. Yeah.
Oh, Blitzwing Double Dealer. Yeah. And Hot Rod out of Springer.
Yep.
I'd say this is the weakest out of the three of them.
I would agree on that score.
The Hot Rod was weird because and looked neat because Hot Rod's color scheme really nice. He did have the fire effects. The Blitzwing Double Dealer Starscream was again really weird, but gave him like fancy null rays, so it was like a new part in there at least. This is just seemingly purple whirl for some reason with pink weapons.
Yeah, this feels like, well, what modes can we reuse and what character could we attach it to?
Yeah.
Well, we need a mono eye for a Shockwave. Hold on, lads, you won't believe this.
I mean, there's not much you could have done him into, really.
Not really.
The only other thing I can think of, and this is, you'll be like, not really, is like Obsidian, and then you'd need to give him a new head. And he's not like double helicopter propeller bladed thing, so it doesn't even work that way. But because you can't really do Vortex or Blades or anyone like that.
Yeah, well, the irony about the whole Obsidian thing is that Mastermind Creations, when they did their version of well, he was a pre-tool for their version of Obsidian.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
XLhead says, "I want to say this Megatron was also part of Cloud." Yeah, you might be
Yes,
right.
yeah.
That was Bludgeon.
Using the Bludgeon mold, yeah.
Yeah, it was not bad, not bad. I mean, that mold had been used quite a few times before at that point, I want to say. And for Megatron, it's a bit, because they used it for G2 Megatron, but it's a little bit too thin for that Megatron. He he looks good in the image because you can't see how like slender his arms are and how thin his legs are. It's unfortunately why it works better for Bludgeon and oh god, who's the other one he got turned into? Bludgeon.
Banzai-tron.
Thank you, Banzai-tron. It looks better for them, but specifically for Bludgeon, just because of how thin he be. Revenge of the Fallen, if you want to.
I mean, it leans into the whole skeletal samurai shtick, so.
Yeah, but not for big brawny Megatron. Unfortunately,
no, he needs a bit more heft to him, doesn't he?
You know, this Megatron could work if you were like, he's the what was the crappy DC thing where Barry ran into the past to try and save his mum and
Flashpoint.
Yeah, and you have Superman who's being caged up and he's all slender and thin and slightly retarded. That would be this Megatron, slightly thin, retarded Megatron begging for like a meal. Reminds me of. That's a weird.
Caged up and experimented on by the US government. Yeah, Flashpoint is weird, and there's so much to blame that miniseries for.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it did. The movie did give the good meme though from Zoom. Like it was me, Barry. I jerked you off. I made you pre-cum. It's like, okay, thanks, Zoom.
That's what I was going to say. Something good came of that movie. What?
it was that meme. It was funny. It's like, man, Zoom could be a menace and make people ejaculate prematurely, and you'd never know it was him. And that would ruin your sexual relationships with people. That would be a bad time, man. It wasn't you, Barry. It was me.
What's it? They've memed on that so much with Zoom, though, cropping up from time to time as just, it was me all along, Barry. It's like,
yes,
dude, you said that last time. And it's still true.
And he survived being shot through the fucking head. Because he was in the suicide follow-up, and he's like, I've got, literally has a hole in his head. It's like, I vibrated the bullet through my head or something. Oh, I can feel myself still dying. It's like, well, shut up. I
mean, in fairness, the best takedown of, I can't remember if it was Zoom or Fawn that got taken down this way, but it was when they were wailing on Batman. And his comeback is, well, I've just realized something. When you're vibrating, you still need some. You still have to stand on a solid surface. So he puts a batarang through his foot.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh dear, DC movies, man. That whole universe was a fucking mess. The animated movie universe, I mean, that they did. What a messy thing.
Oh, those as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Next up. Sorry.
I was going to say, it wasn't much better reading it, to be honest.
Oh no. I mean, you can only do so much with what you're given, I guess, but maybe just don't do it. We got Skybite next. Very slender, thin Skybite in a constant crescent moon shape in Shark mode. An interesting take on this character. I don't think this was again, I didn't get this. I don't think I enjoyed how much of a croissant shape he was in Shark mode.
That is a limiting factor. It has to be said.
It also has very weird flat feet as well.
He does, but he does have a lot of joints though, which is quite nice. A lot of pose. He doesn't necessarily look it from time because of how spindly he is, but he's relatively posable, I found.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad figure. I think, again, something that throws me off is he's got yellow plastic, and that's perfectly fine. The problem is he's got, especially on his face, gold painted paint. And because the yellow isn't that color, it throws off the look a little bit, especially because like the ball joint for his neck and that piece just under his head is bright yellow, and then it goes into the like you focus in on that face, and it's clearly painted gold, and
It
it's
does bring it down, doesn't it?
yeah, it's really kind of
And
awkward to look at visually.
it's frustrating because then you have quite a lot of there's quite more gold than you expect painted on him, but it does just stand out next to that yellow, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's because it
And
is
not in
the
a good
face
way.
part. The ones on the arms and whatnot, that's fine because it's not like it's not drawing your eye to it. It's literally
Yeah,
because
that's
that
fair.
part is the head.
But yeah, where you got that because you have that basically the inner frame of a robot basically in that yellow plastic.
And there's just something about like the general paint scheme of the shock mode as well. It's very panely, and you can see they were attempting to do it kind of similar to how the RID toy looked, but on a much cheaper price point.
Yes, I mean they've tried bits of a fade in places, but it's just because it's only in places, it doesn't really work. You
say
need
in
more.
places, it's in one place that fade that you're talking about, which is weird to think that we're gonna add a fade like an airbrush. We're gonna airbrush the silver plate with a bit of yellow underneath. It's like, but why? And then right next to that, we have his head, which is primarily baby blue, and the section that's kind of behind him is primarily dark blue with silver on. And then in the center of the body, there's another silver piece as well, and then goes to another blue. It's again just a little bit messy visually.
It is, and especially when you then look at the Takara deco, which
is it a little better? Oh, it is. Who knew?
Yeah, shock. a nice dark metallic blue plastic, almost a metallic Night Lord's blue color.
Yeah, and a lot of that yellow has gone. It's been kept in specific places, like around the shins and around the shoulders.
Yeah, having that blue for the neck area makes such a difference.
That's so much better.
And the face of the fish of the shark mode as well, because one side of it, because they haven't got that baby blue. Instead, they've gone for a metallic on one side and a silver on the other.
Oh no, they do have baby blue on one side, the side that should be baby blue, because obviously.
But it's a metallic baby blue.
Yes, yeah. So it does mesh better, and it's not overpowering.
Yeah, and they picked out more of the detailing, it seems, than they did on the Hasbro version, which is not really a surprise, is it?
No.
At the end of the day. But
there's one thing about the Japanese version, and it is there is that stark like the yellow the gill section where it is just silver and then hard cut to blue. It's still, I don't think they really could have done much with that unless they'd done like a fade. But I don't think it was really needed. It is much better than the American release, and it looks a lot nicer. But it's not one that I picked up, and I think maybe it is because I just didn't like how this first release looked, and it does look kind of cheap. It looks the colors. If you told me this was something you found at B&M, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
I mean, I may in fact have bought my version from a Home Bargains or a B&M. In fairness,
it's not the KO brand, but I get what you mean.
No, because I hadn't intended to buy him at retail, but I saw him for cheap, so I was like, yeah, all right.
Was there a reason you weren't going to buy him at retail?
Just because I didn't really have much attachment to the character of Skybite, for one, and from all the promo pictures, it wasn't selling for me, but when I saw it actually in stores, I was like, oh, okay. And then
you saw it for cheap.
When I saw it again for cheap, I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. Well,
I will say, although that beast mode pose is very stuck in a crescent shape, the fact that they at least put a flying base post underneath it, you can mount it to a flying base.
It's not a lot,
helpful.
But at least it's something.
It's there. It's weird. Some folks don't realize how rare that was up until
at that point. Yeah, it was a new thing that they were introducing for sure.
It makes such a difference.
It looks like he's got a bit of a gorilla arm thing going as well. For the elbow, it looks like they move inwards, but not like normal.
I think it's more his robot hand is on a pivot joint, not on a swivel.
Yeah, it's got a pin running through it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't rotate it. So to get his hand, that's kind of the only way you can position it, because he does have a bicep twist. So if you want to kind of pose him and not have his hand looking slightly off, then you kind of need to do weird things with that. That is actually a good point to raise, because
that's
a
shame.
little frustrating.
It's a shame when that happens.
It is, especially on a Voyager.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's something to remember as well. Exel Hedge says, well, that DC universe ended so badly that they had to create another Flashpoint. Flash killed Baby Darkseid to raise it and cause Crisis on Infinite Earth events. Oh, okay.
I mean,
the old one. The old event.
They spent so much time. I mean, New 52 was... Oh. It was kind of the reason why they did Flashpoint in the first place.
Yeah, they were like, no.
And then you had... I mean, they kind of come out the other side of it now, but they did spend like most of the last 15 years kind of working through it.
It is weird to think about how long that DC animated movie universe was. It went on for ages, and now they don't really do them now. It's just done.
I mean, that's more down to how Warner's operates ever since Discovery bought them out.
Oh, certainly, yeah. It's down to like those movies went on for a long time, right?
Yeah, I mean, long Warner's is not in the business of actually making animation anymore. It seems
no,
and they have no interest in it, which is mind-boggling to say out loud, given how iconic their animation used to be.
Oh, I think where Hollywood is at the moment with its writing, it's probably for the best. It's like, don't bother. Just don't make things. Never forget the ultimate nerd curse to say to someone: I hope your niche thing becomes popular.
Yeah,
because that's how that's how you can ruin something that's nice. It becomes popular. A good example where they haven't actually changed anything about the thing, but it has been ruined by becoming popular. Pokemon cards. Scalpers have ruined collecting Pokemon cards for people. It became popular. So there's a one where nothing about the franchise changed, apart from the market who was buying it because it became popular. The ultimate nerd curse. Exel Hedge also says, but back to Skybite, where the rest of the RID Predacons, Hasbro. That's a good point. I mean, we do have we do have the Age of the Prime ones, which I never picked up, which I didn't want to pick up, but I never saw on sale, and I didn't want to spend 34 quid on it. And I did hear it could have some issues with his shoulders, but I did want to pick him up, but never did.
I've got him coming in my next HLJ drop.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, hopefully it should be good quality. But it's a good point. Where are the other Predacons? Where's his buddies? Where are his friends?
I mean, I'm trying to think. Didn't the Piranacons get a redeco for RID? Or am I misthinking on that one?
No, you're thinking of Beast Wars Neo, where they got turned into God Neptune.
Yeah, because I have those guys.
Yeah.
Part of me was just thinking that I must be imagining it. I'd have sworn blind there was another deco for Piranacons or the Seacons in for RID, because I know the Combaticons got used, but
no, I think if there were, they would never done into a toy that the Seacons have only been done in 3 colors: the standard one, the God Neptune one, and then the Collectors Club one, which was like the purples and the browns, and it was a weird color scheme, but it was fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that wasn't all that this Skybite was used for, because he was done into Hell Warp, which is not the color scheme I would have gone for. I would have definitely I think I would have made him into Hellscream, because I think that's the obvious choice to go for, but they made him effectively into Skywarp for the Cloud series, and I'd say this is better than the Whirl Shockwave. I'd say by quite a lot. And I say this is better than the Hasbro release in general. It's weird. There's no change to the figure. It is still just Skybite, but in Skywarp's colors, but the Japanese have applied the color scheme pretty effectively.
Yeah, and they haven't got that daft fade effect on the gill area.
Yeah, at all.
The fact that you go from that panel is silver into the silver of the head, and the head that actually works when I see partitioning the head with that gloss. Is it a gloss or is it almost a gunmetal black color? I'm not
I think
entirely
it's just a
sure.
black, but because of the lighting, it's making it look a
Yeah.
bit grayer.
Yeah, but you got that breaking up the nose of the shark mode, and then it reappears in patches on the back. Yeah, I kind of dig this color scheme. It works surprisingly well.
Now, obviously, we're saying this but not going. It would be worth the price because I'm pretty sure the cloud figures were expensive.
Oh yeah, they were, ignoring just how difficult they were to get in the first place.
Yeah, because you couldn't get them. Could you get them from like HLJ? Do you remember? I
Uh,
can't remember.
I don't. I think TF Source and Big Bad Toy Store may have carried them, and I think Kapow might have done. I don't think HLJ did because they weren't necessarily a Japanese exclusive. They were an Asian exclusive.
Okay.
So they were. I'll put a pin on this by saying I don't remember seeing them on HLJ. They may have been on, I just wasn't looking for them.
It might have been that they were at one point but sold out quickly. That could be the case as well.
Most of the time, I saw them from importers, and they were, very expensive and very small quantities as well.
Yeah, and in terms of a redo, this is good. It is almost surprising that this wasn't done also into Thundercracker. You know, Skywarp, yes. No others. It's like, oh.
You know what, though? This deco, with the way you got that fin coming out the back of the head, that actually works as a homage to Armada Skywarp.
As soon as you said that, I do kind of agree. Yeah. I would have liked. I don't. No,
it might not have been intentional, but
I'm thinking, would it have been better if the fin was grey? I'm like, I don't know, because the fin wasn't grey for Armada; it was purple, but his head was grey.
That's true.
So I don't disagree. I think you're right. Whether it was intentional or not, it is a minor nod. I know. I just can't decide if it would have been. Maybe there's too much purple. No, you can never have too much purple, unless it's Shockwave, because you need something to break it up. I don't know. XL Head says, I haven't seen Pokemon TCG in stores for 2 years. You probably have, but that's...
It's probably behind lock and key.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where they come into stock and instantly go out of stock, potentially. Because I hear people wait and hunt for that stuff, and they as soon as it comes in, they will just raid the shelves clean.
Yeah, anytime I see anything Pokemon card related, I'm forever thankful I don't do Pokemon cards and never have done.
No.
Or any collectible card games.
No, you could technically have fallen into a bad realm, though, if you wanted to do, like, the limited edition Warhammer novels, because it's, like, probably as easy to get them.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've only ever strayed into standard editions for Warhammer novels, so...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they can be a little bit fiddly to get, but imagine trying to get the entire Horsehair series in the leather-bound version that they've either done or been doing. It'd be nice, I'm sure, if you're a book collector, but yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
And then good luck picking it up on the secondary market when you get rammed for it. Woo-wee. Wow. XL Head also says, just realizing Cloud has Rodimus outnumbered by a lot of Decepticons. That's true. Yeah, Rodimus is the only Autobot, and then every other one was a Decepticon. There was probably a story
it's the
behind
monkey's paw.
it.
You can have a Rodimus, and then all Decepticons.
Could you have done it? No. I'm trying to think. Could you have done? Who would you do Rhinox into to back up Rodimus and Cloud?
Oh.
I'm trying to think of a silly color scheme to give him, which could look quite fun.
Brawn.
Yeah. Like, what color would his Rhino mode be? Would it be primarily green or primarily yellow?
Yep. Make him a green Rhino. Then you have all the orange and the grey come out in the robot mode.
That I don't think that's a bad idea. I'll say it's a bit of a safe idea because he's already like yellow and green. You know, let's try and push it out there and go with something silly. What would be silly? Cup could be okay. I think
or Ultra Magnus if you want to get crazy with it.
I think Ultra Magnus would be quite good. You could also make that a reference to the Fox Kids one by having the black splodges on the back of the Rhino mode.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. You could potentially, if you wanted to, give him missile launchers instead of the chain guns. I think Ultra Magnus is a solid choice. Have they? They didn't use Roadbuster for Cloud, did they? No. Who could you do for Roadbuster? Because we'll get to him, but I think.
Oh wait, no, they did do Roadbuster and Cloud.
Did they? Oh, we'll get to it. We'll talk about. Well, we'll talk about Roadbuster now. I got Roadbuster because I was like, I like Roadbuster, and this toy seems to come with a lot of guns, and that seems fun.
He comes with an unhealthy number of guns, and they're generally pretty fun.
Yes.
He also has some weird choices in the design.
Yes.
The old mate's lovely. The 4x4 is great. I love that. Mm-hmm. The robot then, the torso, cracking. He's got fairly decent articulation of the hips and the shoulders, and then his forearms and his lower legs.
Yeah.
They seem to have forgotten something when they were designing him in those areas.
I was pooping today because I was thinking about this figure, and I was like, he feels like a very flat figure. Like, you know those fish that are very, very flat? Flat fish or whatever they're called. He reminds me a lot of that. And it is specifically like the legs are very flat. He has no heel spurs for some reason.
No.
I don't know why. I think his feet were on ratchet joints of some sort as well.
They were very stiff feet. I think they form the roof of the alt mode, which is why they have no heel spur. I think.
No, I think you.
There was something about how they. That was it. They come together and they do this weird thing. I think they plug together, and I think they form the center line of the cab.
That's it. Yeah, and it's not like the way you'd think that you'd flatten them out, because it's like if you put the bottom of your 2 feet together. That and make that shape with the soles of your feet touching, and you pushed it into a hole. That's the center point of the roof. Yeah, and it does look weird. The reason it doesn't look so bad here is because the big gun's kind of covering that up, so it's harder to see.
It's in the way.
That was a bizarre aspect of this figure. You mentioned the forearms. The forearms don't feel transformed because he just has the wheels hanging off them. Again, this feels like a figure that could have maybe been a deluxe.
No wrist swivels either.
No,
which
feels like why?
And it's not like there's anything in the way to prevent that happening with this.
This isn't a Whirl situation where you want to make Whirl, fine. He's a really fucking weird design. We're going for the G1 toy. Okay, fine. It's odd. You have to give something. I don't think it's a great version of Whirl, but I concede, especially for the time, like, well, what else are you going to do with the G1 looking Whirl? You know, you can only do so much. There's no reason that Roadbuster had to be bad. Again, you compare Roadbuster here to Springer from Wave 1. There's a vast difference in terms of quality.
It really is.
Vast.
It's so frustrating because, I mean, things in his favor, he has a double bicep.
Yeah.
But that was, again, not really a common feature at this point. And he has a bicep swivel as well. He's got a lot of articulation in, the shoulders and the upper arms. It's just forearms. The fact that the wheels just hang there, that they don't even fold inwards.
Yeah. It feels like a deluxe move for some reason, and I don't know why. It feels like this was made like at the end of the Fall of Cybertron kind of era, and yet it was delayed until later.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's the case, but it kind of feels that way in terms of.
I do get what you mean, and it sucks because there's so much to like about this because all the guns and there are ports. He has ports everywhere, so you can kit him out however you like.
Yeah, it's not 3mm clips either. Proper ports.
Proper post holes and stuff. Yeah. And the guns are really fun to mess with because they all do things with each other and individually.
Mhm.
You can either have one BFG, or you can give him loads of smaller bits like we have here, all scattered around the place. And the color scheme,
It's on point. It's the way it should be.
yeah,
If you don't like it, fine. But that's Roadbuster's color scheme.
absolutely. There's no one else it could be. It's Roadbuster.
Mhm.
That's how Roadbuster looks. The alt mode is a really nice, chunky, militarized sci-fi SUV.
Mhm.
That's cool. It's just for robot mode.
It's disappointing on many levels.
It is, because you can see where there's space to do more. I mean, they could have had a retractable heel spur in each foot.
Yeah,
could have had
there's no reason why that couldn't have been there. No reason.
A wrist swivel of some sort.
Yeah.
And you could have left the wheel hanging off the arm then, because at least you could have justified it. Or if you didn't, at least put a way to rotate the wheel so it's hanging flat against the arm.
Kind of like what they did with the wheels in the back of the legs. I mean, it still looks a bit poo, but
at least they've done something with it.
Yeah,
exactly. They're not just hanging off the sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a reason the version of my cabinet is the MMC version, because that just, I mean, yeah, I paid like 3 times what this figure cost, but I felt like I got 3 times the figure.
Yeah, it's sad. I wish I liked it more. Like the idea, and I don't think, have we had a Roadbuster since? I don't think we have. Not like
we haven't, no.
A real one.
No.
There've been like blockies and stuff, it seems, but not like a proper Roadbuster. And I feel like the next Roadbuster we'll get might just be a repaint of something more so than anything else. Japan didn't seem to have done too much. They've just kind of muted the brown hard, and they changed the obviously they did the tampos rather than the stickers, and that's about it. It's probably one of the least impressive Japanese repaints you've seen, I feel.
Yeah, but the fact that it's so understated kind of fits Roadbuster in a way.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just not one of those ones that you go, oh, this is clear. It's not like when you look at the Skybite figure and you go, oh, the Japanese one is clearly the superior version. You look at this one and you go, take it or leave it.
It's very much pick your poison territory. I mean, given a choice, I would probably have picked it up if it had been available at a decent price, but not too worried about not having done.
No, you're just like, yeah, okay. I don't.
Yeah. But yeah,
especially,
like you
especially
say,
after handling the figure, you'd be like, no, I don't want another one. Even
Yeah,
though
I
you
mean-
have two somehow.
Yeah, and I bought the toy hacks for stickers for him.
I mean, at least that makes sense because the sticker sheets were so fucking terrible for these figures.
Oh god, yeah, those stickers were.
Did Skybite have it?
No, it was only for Whirl and Roadbuster.
Yeah, I thought so. It was like their special gimmick, wasn't it? Which
Everyone that was
like,
the other part of their gimmick was they were doing them as real throwbacks to the G1 toys, and it was like.
The G1 stickers were better.
Yeah.
They were literally better stickers. You've done it worse. Why?
Yep.
Don't do a throwback if you're going to make it worse somehow. And in terms of redos, Cloud Roadbuster, and then did we talk about? No, we didn't talk about General Optimus Prime, but we were gonna.
Yeah.
We were gonna. So, do you want to talk about General Optimus Prime first? We'll get that one done because there's not much to say.
Yeah, he's Roadbuster in a very boring camo pattern, basically just traditional camo green with brown camo splodges and
Gray.
a funky US, and grey.
Yeah. Okay, who did this come with? It was this guy, and was it
Sergeant Hound?
Sergeant Hound, yes. Yeah, the Sergeant Hound, I think we agreed, even though he was just white, he was kind of interesting, while this was just dull.
Yeah, it's just...
This is the most background color scheme of background color schemes, even though it's got
it doesn't feel like an Optimus Prime in any...
No.
By any measure.
They didn't even redo the head, so
Yeah, I mean,
not that
if
I
it-
say they should, because that wouldn't have sold the figure. But you call him Optimus Prime, and it's like you say nothing Optimus Prime-y about him at all.
yeah, I mean, let's be honest. If you're doing an Optimus Prime tribute figure of some sort, you at least do the head.
You'd think so. Well, isn't this based off of like a Machine Wars thing? Is that why it's kind of lame?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
it
what
was
it
part
is?
of that whole thing. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Where
based on a cancelled Generation 2 General Optimus Prime toy, which it was do you remember the auto rollers?
vaguely, yeah.
How you had Roadblock and Dirtbag, who's basically it was the Beast Wars second auto rolls where you pushed them
Okay.
forward and they stood up. So there was a scrapper one which was Sergeant Hound, which was white with the grey camo, and then the long haul figure effectively was this, and it was called General Optimus Prime. So in terms of like getting a General Optimus Prime figure, this is appropriate, it seems.
Okay.
It's still boring and lame though. It's still boring and lame. Looking at the image, are you on the? Are you? Have you found the picture of the cancelled
I'm looking
GT
at
figure?
I'm looking at your picture now, and oh yeah, that's
Yeah, it's like Botcon was making a reference to it. Okay, they did it. It's just lame. It's a lame
Yeah,
figure.
it
They
really
did the best
is.
that they could, what they could. But yeah, good for you guys, I suppose. So the other one was the Cloud version of Roadbuster, which was he called Roadbuster and Energon?
It was called Ironhide in Energon.
That's what I
Although,
thought.
was he called Roadbuster in? Oh, his Japanese name was Roadbuster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't
so that
remember what
makes
his
sense.
Energon
Yeah.
name was either. So yeah, this was Roadbuster / Ironhide from Energon out of this mold. Did they give him a new head? It's hard to tell from the one singular
No,
image.
it's the same head, just
Painted up
I mean,
a bit.
it's a really snazzy deco. To be fair. I mean, this says Optimus Prime more than the General Optimus Prime does to me. To be fair,
it is Ironhide's color scheme, though. To be fair, actually,
yeah.
it's nearly Ironhide's color scheme because I
Hmm.
think the brownish color they haven't got that the right tone because that
Yeah.
tone on Ironhide was like
It's
like
a little richer.
yeah, it was like sandy colored, right, or something like that. More.
bit,
This
yeah,
is more a lot more muted, but this is his color scheme: blue and white and red. And like you said as well, it looks more like Optimus Prime. I think the reference to that character is nice because
Yeah.
that is a character no one ever really wants, which is fair enough. I'm not saying that those people are wrong. I don't like Ironhide either.
I have at least one of his toy in the wardrobe, and goddamn, is it? It's certainly a toy that
original?
exists.
Is it the original version or is it the green powered up version?
It's the original version.
Okay, yeah,
and it certainly exists.
it does certainly have a lot of head kibble. Do you
But
remember
you
how
can't even hide. You can't
this...
even hide his head.
No, you flip the grey part down and it covers his face. What do you mean? You can't. If he can't see you, you can't see him. He's like a dog.
Scourge does a better job of hiding his face than Energon Ironhide does.
I mean, you're not wrong. His head at least blends into his weird soap mode. Ironhide definitely doesn't. So it does here, thankfully. This is again, this is stronger than the Shockwave.
Yeah,
I think because this is a reference.
Pops really nicely.
If you want like a modern take on this character, this is literally your only other option. So
pretty much,
he has two figures, this and the original, and the repaint. But yeah, poor Ironhide.
It is funny though how because they've done his feet in black, it makes how they look in the Optimus stand out a lot more.
Yes, it's easy to spot what we were talking about. Yeah, that's a good point. What a terrible idea. Who thought that was a good idea? Oy. Was there another version of this mold? Or was that it?
That was it.
Yeah. So now, moving on from not a great mold to one that I did think was good, which I didn't get, which I'm not sure why. I think because maybe I couldn't find it or it was expensive or something.
He was fairly hard to find, if I remember. I think I ended up getting him from... Actually, yeah, I got him at a con as well.
I must have just given up and been like, oh, fuck it, who cares? which I'm not entirely sad by, but I'm at the same time, as this is the Voyager Brainstorm figure, who's
Yeah.
in the style of IDW. So why wasn't I too upset? Because within a few years' time, they did the Titan Masters. So
Yes.
and they made
But-
no other headmasters to go along with this Brainstorm, which is also really fucking weird. Because this
It
is
is.
a headmaster.
Yeah, and a pretty deep. I mean, his articulation is pretty damn good. He's got he looks like the IDW take. The Titan Master, yeah, sure. The arms
They're a bit weird
do
because
weird
they're like
things.
the arms are sculpted so they're bent at 90 degrees, but the
Yeah.
head part, like the outer shell for the head, kind of covers that up. So it doesn't look too bad. It just looks a bit weird when you look on the inside of his arm, and his arms are always bent.
Yeah, but it does mean then that his bot mode head is a lot cleaner than most headmaster heads tend to be.
I'd argue
So-
he's tighter in a lot of ways in terms of that you mentioned than the Titan Masters as well, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
one of the
it's
issues
a
was
nice-
he it was very tight to get him in and out of that port, though, right? The headmaster.
Oh
I mean.
yes, it could be sphincter clenching time when if you wanted to pull him out to transform him.
That's what I
which
thought. So
why
that is something that the Titan Masters did get better. Some of them were a bit chintzy still, but that was a
Yeah.
better improved design than this figure.
But
But yeah,
overall, I mean, it's a lovely
very
robot
good.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and as he mentioned as well, loads of articulation. It's so weird to go from Roadbuster and Whirl to this, because this seems like it's
Isn't
back on track. You look at Springer, and then you look at this figure, and you say, yeah, these look same kind of quality. They look they're doing two different gimmicks, but they're doing the gimmicks both very well. I'd
Now,
say.
I will say one negative in this figure's favor
Oh,
in against this figure.
Mhm.
I always felt that in hand the plastic didn't feel as robust as some of the other Voyagers.
oh, really? Okay.
Not bad, but if you had like say even Whirl and Roadbuster, but especially if you had Springer, and if you have Springer, you'll have this guy to do your IDW shelf.
Yeah.
He just felt a little lighter. Partly, I think it's because he does have the huge cavity in his chest for the cockpit. That's fair dues. I get that. But you could feel like the plastic just felt not massively so, but you could notice the difference.
Would you say it was
If that makes
edging towards the Fall of Cybertron line stuff? Obviously not as bad as that, but more that than Springer was.
More that way, certainly.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
still a very good figure. It's one that if you're an IDW fan, then I think it's kind of, especially a More Than Meets the Eye fan, this is kind of an essential part of your collection. To be fair,
Though
if you can
it's
find
odd
one.
that they did this and not like any of the other ones, like Chrome Dome. Obviously, we got a Chrome Dome
Yeah.
much later on for IDWS
Yeah,
kind of look.
I mean, let's see it. Getaway we got as a redeco of Chrome Dome,
Yep.
which was weird.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so weird. 'Cause, I mean, Brainstorm really was probably. I'm trying to think. He's not even really what you call the breakout character of.
No,
More
certainly
than
not.
HBI.
He
He
has
was one of-
parts, but he wasn't like, oh my god, it's Brainstorm. Wow. It's just,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
because
Brainstorm's there. Okay.
I mean, I do remember when I saw this guy announced, it was a bit of a surprise.
Mm.
And because one, headmaster,
Yeah. Little did we know.
and two, out of all the members of the Lost of More Than Meets the Eye, you're going to do Brainstorm?
Yeah, it's like,
not-
okay. Not anybody else.
Yeah,
Not Rodimus, for instance.
not Rodimus, not Fort Max, who
Mm.
I'm so happy we're going to be getting an IDW version of him next year. Apparently,
Yeah.
that gave me a happy dingle.
Oh my god. I mean,
But-
it's a
but no,
good thing to do, yeah.
This is a great. This is a really great design, executed wonderfully in plastic. My one, I've given it Toy Hacks. I went to Shapeways and picked up the briefcase to go with him.
Oh yes. Axel Head says
And
no briefcase makes me sad for the brainstorm, but
Actually, no, it wasn't Shapeways. I think I got it might have been an gear set
oh my
that had
god,
a weapon for one character and Brainy's briefcase with the little chain to put handcuff to his wrist.
yeah, iGear. There's an old company that now doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing or a good thing. I don't remember the quality of this stuff, so I don't remember.
Well, they could be interesting. Some stuff great, other stuff. Yeah, but no, I really did like this figure.
Yeah, it's a neat one. Again, like I say, it's not one that I picked up probably just because, as you mentioned, hard to get. If I was to say a thing that I would have liked, I like and dislike, he does have his tech specs on the inside of his cockpit. The problem with that is because the cockpit is very, very translucent. You always see it.
Yes,
it's a little bit distracting.
Yeah,
but it's
no way to hide it annoyingly, which is
it's a
bit frustrating.
Yeah.
Japan
obviously decided to do a much more faithful adaptation, color scheme wise, of the G1 kind of color scheme, but obviously not the head. The head they didn't remold, so it wasn't a truly Japanese version of Brainstorm, even though the colors were closer to that.
It's a very nice, crisp deco, though, this.
It is.
The colors just... They're very, very punchy, aren't they?
Yeah, but I don't... In some ways, I don't feel that this is the appropriate color scheme for him. I don't begrudge the Japanese for doing it because they want their version of the character.
Yeah, I do, because it's so much the IDW version of the character. Just... Yeah.
The one improvement that I think is better is the cockpit is much more orangey, so it's not quite as translucent.
Much more opaque plastic sphere, which
that was definitely a better choice. I do also like the extra bits of red and yellow on the wings, red and yellow, red and white. I can tell the colors.
Yeah.
That's nice, and it adds a bit more flair because nothing wrong with obviously the standard Hasbro version, but a little bit of extra color here and there was not.
Yeah, I mean, mine Hasbro's now, but that's from the Toy Hacks.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, this having it as stock, it does a lot to. It's not an overly. They've not layered on chrome all over the place. They've just gone for a nice, crisp deco.
Oh, they even say here with the thing, exercise caution while using the headmaster gimmick, as the main robot neck socket is painted. Making the pilot robot rather difficult to remove. Oh, so that's the reason. So it's the neck that's painted. Too much force will separate the pilot's robot's own head from its body. However, there have been reports of a running change in the toy that fixes the running change. I mean, this must have been written up in 2014. This is significant. Is signified by a rubber band holding the head in place.
Oh, in the packaging. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, that's no good for us now. For us living in 2026. It's interesting.
I mean, in fairness, even if you found one of those today, that rubber band's probably
it's disintegrated.
Split and paint into the void, so you'd have no way of knowing.
No. But no other redos. Japan got one redo, and that was it. Nothing else, and I thought it's a shame. I think you could have done something with this mold.
Potentially, yeah.
I think this. Okay, so I'm saying this only because I think it would work in robot mode. I don't think it works in vehicle mode. I think this could have been a fine redo into a Cyclonus.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's not perfect, and it wouldn't be IDW-esque. It would be IDW-ish, is how I would frame it.
I mean, I could see it being the basis for a retool into IDW Cyclonus, certainly.
Yes.
I get what you're. I can see what you mean, though. It's got everything there that you need, because the alt mode, they're not dissimilar for how they were drawn. No. Let's be honest.
Well, Alex Mill might disagree with you, but he's
well.
Here. He's not here. He's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. But I mean, they're fairly similar alt modes generally in terms of their layout.
I think if you wanted just to do something reasonably easy,
Yeah,
it's something you could do. Because again, Brainstorm's got a very specific look to him. I mean,
he
if they
does.
wanted to do like a Sandstorm-esque amount of retooling for this mold, I wouldn't be against it. Because that's something else
Yeah.
we really haven't seen from the rest of the Voyagers. We haven't seen an extensive, heavy retool of anything into
No,
anything else.
Nothing like that, is there? I mean, I think Springer was kind of the headline act for the Voyager
Ooh,
line for
Definitely
Philip
feels
30,
like it. Yeah.
which is understandable. Everything else was kind of trying to play a bit of catch up. Or if you told me that they'd kind of taken bits of the budget for the other Voyagers for the line and it all went into Springer and everyone else had to make do, I was like, yeah, that tracks as well. Yeah.
So the reason
Springer and
Will and
Sandstorm.
Roadbuster weren't very good is for Springer and Sandstorm. That's fine. Okay. I'd be down with, well, I wouldn't be down with that, but I'd nod and go, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You know. Yeah, that's all the Voyagers, shockingly.
Yeah.
And we've only got one leader figure, which I never bought because I didn't think it was that amazing looking. I didn't think it was bad though, and it's Jetfire or Skyfire because it's definitely more Skyfire than Jetfire.
I didn't buy the UK or the Western release.
Oh, is there a reason?
Because I hated the look of that vacuumized metallic red on all the extra bits.
Yes, they did a very Japanese thing for some reason in America, and I don't know why.
Yeah, and then Takara just went flat, crisp colors. So I got that version instead.
It's so weird. It's like Japan, you're the guys known for doing the chroma on your things, and yet you went, nah, not this one, my dude, not this time. There's a few other bits on the Japanese one that is quite nice. Like it's a small detail, having this the red around the ankles helps to break up the white of the legs. He's got a little bit of black on the knee as well, which isn't on the American one. I
mean, I didn't expect us to get the Siege Jetfire.
No, wow.
At all. I thought this was going to be it. For a while, I was happy for this. In fact, for my collection, this is my Jetfire. And while Siege Jetfire is my stand-in for Skyfire. That's how
you justify it.
Yeah, but they're two separate characters, and
yes,
and we'll go with that. That's my reasoning, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, without that metallic vacuum red, this just feels so much nicer and looks cleaner. Because I don't know, I'm trying to think how best to describe what turned me off about metallic red.
It kind of looks just childish in some ways, I think.
A bit, yeah.
I can't put my finger on why here. I think is it just because it's contained to the weapons, and thus the rest of the red looks kind of weird because it's not chrome?
I think that's it. Yeah, because it is just for weapons.
Yeah,
and there's no other element of that red used. Although there's red on him, there's not that same metallic red just on the robot. That's not an extra add-on. So it just feels out of place, you know?
It's a question of why. Why did you do it? It's so unnecessary. And again, the small little additions that Japan made, even though they are small, just make them look a lot tidier. And without the chrome, it makes them look more coherent as well, which is odd. I wouldn't have thought I'd said that. What do you think about the mold, though? Because since I've never had this mold, how does it compare to the Classics Voyager, which is obviously quite a few years old compared to this one?
I mean, I felt this was a really good upgrade to that.
What made it a good upgrade, do you think? Not just because it was bigger, I assume, but there was probably other things, right?
I mean, proper feet, for one.
No, yes. Yeah, that's fair.
That helped.
Yes.
The robot felt better proportioned.
Yeah, that's not untrue as well.
And the fact that this, and admittedly, Classics Jetfire did this as well, it's just a massive middle finger to Harmony Gold.
See, visually speaking, I do think this does look like a decent, well, at least the Japanese one, does look like a decent upgrade to the classics one.
Yeah.
Not like a major upgrade, but more than just like a small upgrade. It does look a lot nicer, like you said, proportionally.
I mean, getting this figure was the reason I moved on my classics Jetfire, but kept the Treadbolt repaint.
Oh, that makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I could keep the mod as a different character, but I still had a really nice Jetfire in my collection.
Was this mold used for Combiner Wars, or was that a different mold?
Yeah, they used it for the Seekers.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh,
yeah.
This is probably why I didn't have a great feeling about this mold, because I got to see it for 500 fucking years after the fact.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised it was only used for Cracker, Starscream, and Skywarp, to be fair. And they didn't do any of the other random Seekers. They tend to
I think it's because they're leaders, so it was harder for them to fart out quite as many. But yeah, it's so annoying because they ate up like 3 leader slots, and they're all just repaints, which is weird because from Thrilling 30s, this mold wasn't retouched. It was just and it's the only leader of the line as well. There was no other leader class figure, which is again weird. I don't get why.
Well, I did know there was a little comment in one of the overviews that apparently Megatron was rumored to be a leader entry for Thrilling 30 at one point.
Oh,
but
instead we got him what?
I think it was what became the Combiner Wars figure. Which is interesting.
That one. Oh, the really thin one that was Armada Megatron. Oh, that was crap. Ugh. I hate that figure. So.
I was just looking at the Seekers a second, because it is kind of surprising how much they did remold them, though. So they all came with null rays. They changed the wings to make them more F-14 styly. Gave them a new chest piece.
Yes.
Gave them. Didn't they all come with the crown?
Oh, I don't remember. I know
Starscream did, and I think the other two might have done as well.
They're not shown in the image if they did, but I can't imagine they wouldn't, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice to get all 3 of the classic Seekers, even if they were in humongous scale for the time.
To me, they felt unnecessary. I never picked any of these up because I just looked at them and went, "Ugh, no, I'm good." It is worth mentioning that it says here all versions of this mold have a design flaw in the strut that connects the pelvis to the chest. The very small, very thin plastic on either side where the strut pins in between the legs has a tendency to eventually break, especially after repeated transformations. The primary cause appears to be where the friction pin starts to work its way into both the inner and outer pieces. Checking the clearance between the pieces and the position of the pin can help prevent untimely damage. Some units also have an insanely tight pinhole, ladies, where it requires less force to ratchet the pin apart than to rotate properly. Removing the pin and opening the hole on the inner frame of the joint can also lengthen the effective lifespan of the figure. Huh. You didn't know that now, did you?
I don't think I did, no. Interesting.
Oh, I was lying. There is one other version of this figure. Apparently it's Silver Jetfire. Limited to only 3 pieces. So, which is why I hadn't heard of it. Silver Jetfire is a redeco of the leader class figure above, featuring you might be surprised, silver paint on both of his paintable and unpaintable white parts, and unpainted. No, it says paintable. On his paintable and unpaintable. Then how did they paint it? If it's unpaintable, how did they paint it? The toy was released as a contest prize in Aeon, Malaysia, somewhere, which ran from the 15th of September to 15th of October 2014. So you have missed out, I'm afraid, chat. To enter the competition, participants needed to collect the contest flyer first, purchase a regular leader Jetfire toy, and then answer one simple question regarding Jetfire's alt mode. Hilariously, while the answer is jet, there are 3 additional answers: yacht, bus, and motorcycle.
That's got me stumped.
I want to know. I want to know how many got it wrong. I think that would be interesting. I think that would be fascinating to find out how many people actually got that incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you had to buy Jetfire as well. There's no reason to get this question wrong. They're giving you all the opportunity in the world.
So let me throw out this question. Out of these 3, what do you think sounds better? Yacht fire, bus fire, or motorcycle fire? I think yacht fire. I like yacht fire as a name.
That surprisingly works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what about it.
Wouldn't be the most dynamic transformer around, but
no. It could be like one of the really old siege boats, like a wooden boat with a catapult on it.
Or it could be one of those big catamaran or trimaran multi-hull boats that
that'd be fun.
Go like the clappers, yeah.
You know what would be a neat boat to have as a transformer? Do you remember the show Tugs?
Vaguely, yes.
Do you remember that there was a steamboat that had 2 giant wheels on the side of it to help move it up and down? It's kind of like the old boats that you'd see.
Paddle steamer.
Yeah, paddle steamer, but had them on the side of the boat rather than on the back of the boat.
Uh-huh.
I think a boat like that could be quite an interesting transformer to do. And you might have enough girth to work with as well.
I mean, that was what they used for the Hearts of Iron Shockwave, wasn't it? Paddle boat.
Yes.
It was a paddle boat dreadnought, yeah.
Yes, yeah. He was much bigger and scarier looking, but I think you're right. I think he was a paddle boat, which was never an official figure.
Principles the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be quite hilarious to have like one of those big Mississippi, because you do get them with the paddles on the side as well as the back.
That's right. Yes.
So one of those that transforms would be hilarious.
That'd be fun. It'd be it's a neat vehicle that we've not really seen a transformer of. It could be interesting. Mr. White says, agree. The metallic red looks like the type used on cheap KO figures, while the plastic red better matches the other red Elementson, the figure. Elementson, the figure. Elements, and there should be a space on the figure.
Yes.
Okay, that says like elements on. What's that mean? And Exelhead says, Jetfire, woo. So glad I got this. I love the Hasbro / Takara stuck it to Harmony Got the A. That's what you said. We can keep getting Jetfire, and I love the Siege. I love that Siege kept the mask / armor gimmick from this.
Yep.
That was another figure I didn't get because it was very expensive.
And there was another release of this figure in 2017 for San Diego Comic-Con, the Revolution set, which was the Legends figure alongside Matt Tracker of Mask, Action Man, Leoric, Roadblock, Rom, a Dire Wraith, and 9 Micronaut minifigures. And if I remember rightly, all the figures were O-ring style G.I. Joe size figures.
I think you're right. Yeah, this was a fucking weird set. Absolutely bizarre little set.
It was so weird because, I mean, they'd done a Matt Tracker G.I. Joe figure before.
Yeah, he was just a re-release. Everything else was like brand new.
Yeah, it was just bizarre.
Actually, no, the Cobra Trooper, the guy with the tentacle arms, I think he was a reuse as well.
The Dire Wraith.
That's the Dire Wraith.
Yeah.
I think he was new. Sorry, was reused, but I'm not entirely sure.
That makes sense. It's so weird that they never tried to do them as individual releases.
Yeah, because they got the molds done.
Yeah, I mean, it's like how, what was it, last year before, they did Siege Jetfire with the two leads from Void Rivals as
True.
O-ring figures.
Yeah. Because
Although
I think you could at least do Rom and Leoric, maybe Action. I don't know about Action Man, maybe Action Man, and you could just put them up as like individual releases on Hasbro Pulse, right? You don't need to put them in the store.
Yeah.
Maybe even do it as like, do you remember how Hasbro Pulse did like orders for Dragon Man, the Hasbro Legends figure?
Oh
So
yeah, it's orders.
yeah, it was like a pre-order, and they'd only make that many of them. You could do that for these kind of figures, I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that kind of be the sort of thing would be what Pulse was, or what Hasbro's own or direct service would be perfect for.
Yeah, not like fundraisers, but just like, oh hey, we're making this figure. Do you want to buy it? I think that would have been.
Yeah,
but they've never really lent into it that hard. Oddly enough,
no,
it's weird. Yeah, no, I completely forgot. So the differences in this figure to the other one is, this is very similar to the Japanese release. Basically,
I think it is just for Legends release, pretty much.
Yeah, it looks like it. So again, it doesn't have the silly chromed weapons. It's got the extra bit of paints here and there, not a lot, but a little bit here and there. It looks pretty nice. I mean, I'm assuming this was an expensive set because it's like what 6 figures plus Jetfire plus the maybe the little ones count as one figure as well.
I think it had a 150 US retail.
Yeah, in
price,
2017. So that's quite a lot back then.
Yeah, and then of course it was a San Diego exclusive, so
yeah, you won't get
availability was even higher.
How hard was this to get? Because I have a feeling this wasn't super hard to get, right?
I think I did see it at a few of the UK cons as being available to order in. I'm sure places like Kapow and ID had it up as something they were available.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard. It was just, were you willing to drop that much on
a Jetfire you probably have,
and a very niche set of additional figures?
Oh,
the really weird thing is though that like Leoric doesn't actually look like Leoric in the IDW comics. Everyone else does, but not him.
Yeah, he's very much thankfully the show version. He wasn't that awful Visionaries comic. Oh god, that was a terrible comic. 4 issues of pain.
They tried to do something different at least.
Yeah,
with the idea.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's try something different than using ice cream. What are we going to use? Diarrhea. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's a choice. It's not a choice that you should go for. Yeah, but I was going to ask, by 2017, was Siege already out? I'm basically asking, was Siege Jetfire out at that point?
I don't think it was. I think Siege was
2019, it says. Okay.
That's right, because I had my back surgery in 2019 and I got my first Siege figures once I was able to drive.
Okay, my concern was like, I mean, to be fair, again, this was a figure from 2014/2015, then being released in 2017, so it's going to be a hard push. But I think it would have been an even harder push to be like, hey, do you want to buy this Jetfire? We've also got the Siege version out, which you've already bought, but just buy this one. It's the San Diego Comic-Con. It's not the case. That's okay then. Mr. White says it's 209 quid on eBay right now. Not as pricey as other San Diego Comic-Con sets.
Yeah,
probably because most people have no idea who the human characters are. Mostly, only old people like us.
Yeah, the sad thing is that even if I hadn't read the IDW stuff, I'd still know who all those characters were.
Yeah, same. No, I wouldn't know the Micronauts, to be fair. I wouldn't know the Micronauts. The Dire Wraith, it's the random goon, so that doesn't count. Action Mine, I know. Roadbuster, obviously, he's G.I. Joe. Matt Tracker, I know. Leoric, I know. You know.
Yes, sadly, I would have known the Micronauts because yes,
you know what they should have done?
Issues.
Instead of using Matt Tracker, even though this wouldn't have worked because they weren't doing a comic of it. You know what? Who they should have done? I don't remember his name, but they should have used the leader of the Inhumanoids. That would have been cooler.
Oh, God, they had some weird names, didn't they? Those guys. Yes. Wasn't one of them called Herc?
I think so. I don't remember the names. I just remember. I'm pretty sure the leader had a mustache like Tom Selleck. it was the style at the time.
Yes. Yeah.
That would have been fun to do. Anything in humanoids would have been really fun to do. And they have, like, Hasbro has hinted, if you remember years ago, they were like, we're
They
going to do
did.
something within humanoids. And it's like, it's 2026. You're a lying bitch. You liar.
I mean, Inhumanoids would kind of go hard if they redid them.
It'd be
Can you
great.
imagine? Can you imagine if they just did a drop of the main characters in classified / black series 6-inch
Ooh.
scale?
That'd be great, yeah, because, I mean, that
Yeah.
would work as well, because G.I. Joe Classified already has, like, crystal zombie characters.
Actually, yeah, it does. Yeah,
And that
and they're
would,
not
that would go
averse to
perfect.
doing. They're not averse to doing deluxe character figures who have
Oh, bigger
much
stuff,
more.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You could give him one of the tree character dudes or the lava guys. That would be quite fun.
Yeah.
That would be hella neat.
Man,
Things that will never happen.
Yeah.
But would be, because I'm thinking you could never bring back Inhumanoids. I think you could. You could bring it back as like a 12A show and put it on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean,
And you could
honestly,
lean
you could
into
probably
the
get
horror.
Inhumanoids is one of the few shows you get away with just putting the original back on and finishing it.
I mean, that I'd like that. I'm not sure that would work. You probably would need to redesign the suits of the heroes because the suits are very toy
Yeah,
coded.
yes, they are. They are quite mid 80s, aren't they?
Mid 80s toy coded, yes, 100%.
Mm.
I think if you wanted to do a reboot, potentially, and just lean hard into the horror and do like a kids horror show, that could be quite fun. They'd never do it. They'd never be brave enough to do it.
Yeah,
Never.
it would be hilarious though if they found a way to put it into the Skybound stuff though. I mean, if they got Cobra La, how fun would it be to have Cobra La versus the Inhumanoids?
That'd be something different, you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
And then even the Transformers have to go, who are these weirdos?
what is this? Why are they coming up from the center of the Earth? This is stupid. Isn't the Earth Unicron? Shh, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. Don't worry about that. Mr. White says, I just hope Hasbro learned the lessons from the Tron figure set. Are you telling me, Mr. White, that because I didn't follow up on this, did that not pass its goal?
No,
What?
I think it only had what, a few hundred.
But it was
it
at such a good price.
No, was it? It had 1,000. It needed 10,000.
Yeah, I remember how much they were asking for. I don't remember the number. I just remember the price was staggeringly high for what you were getting, and everyone was like, "No, this was." I think people looked at it and went, oh, "It's like £20 max as a set," and it was like a lot more than that. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
No. But you mentioned there was the Thundercracker, Starscream, and Skywarp. The fine.
Yeah.
But also not combiners, so it was really weird to have them in Combiner Wars. Clearly this, I think they were like budget saving for Combiner Wars, right? They'd spent a lot of money, and these were I will just redo a little bit, and we don't need to worry about doing leaders at all for them.
It was so weird as well, because you got part of the extra guns from Jetfire, but not for thrusters. Instead, they gave you 2 giant null rays, which didn't really mesh with everything else.
And it doesn't look like they. No, I don't. Could they go onto the shoulders?
I think they could go onto either the shoulders or the forearms, but they just felt weird, especially when you had those slightly smaller ones already.
I'm not sure about the shoulders. None of them have pictures.
They couldn't attach to the shoulders, but they could attach to the forearms.
Oh yeah, that would have looked weird on the forearms. That's not what null rays go. Silly. And then for our last figure, it is the first of what would become the most expensive Transformer you're going to buy in a year, if you're not buying third-party figures. It was the first Titan class figure, being Metroplex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get this. I thought it was way too expensive, and I saw Dave's as usual because he got everything, and I was like, I didn't feel bad about not getting it.
I have one, but I didn't pay retail for it. I got it secondhand on I think it was an eBay auction.
All complete?
Yeah.
Okay.
all complete for a very good price, actually.
Oh, that's good.
And I've got an extra bits to go with it over the years. Never gotten around to getting it all out in one place, though, but I have little extra bits for it, so
the negative space continues.
it hungers.
It hungers for more.
Yes.
So clearly, this is based off the well. It appears like it's based off of the Fall of Cybertron design, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'd say it is about as successful as the original Metroplex.
Yes. I'd say the biggest problem with this figure is he has a very teeny tiny waist.
We talked about the negative space hungers. Metroplex also hungers.
Oh yeah, the boy needs a few meals in him.
Yes. If you wanted to be very misogynistic, I think you could replace this with a female robot head and have quite a voluptuous figure, as it does have an hourglass shape to it.
I really hate to agree with you on this point, but yeah, I think you're onto something there. Yeah.
Big broad chest, very skinny waist, and then big hips, big birthing hips for Transformers. I don't even know why the waist is as thin as it is.
Yeah, it's so weird because that wasn't really a feature on the Fall of Cybertron model.
No.
The Metroplex. It was quite a chunky, solid design.
Yeah, and it's not like the transformation interferes with or goes really anywhere near the waist at all.
I mean, really, both modes don't. It's basically a case of sit him down and twist the arms in some way. That's all the alt modes do.
They must be referencing the original toy, which I think gets away with the small waist because it's just such a little square robot dude, and it's from the 80s.
But this dude is huge.
Yeah,
so
it's huge.
It becomes way more noticeable.
Yeah, and they've stretched they've stretched out his legs a lot longer. So it again really accentuates how thin the waist is in comparison to the little squat little fat boy that the G1 toy was.
Yeah,
it's
because I do kind of I like the land aircraft carrier mode.
I like bits of it. I like the leg part of it. I don't like that the arms do nothing. The arms don't transform at all. They just point backwards.
That's quite annoying. I mean, it would have been nice if there was something, say, if the chest could kind of like, I don't know, ratchet forward another 90 degrees and the hips could go back so it was more a level look, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So basically, if you remove the waist area and you get the chest area and plop it down onto the gray part. Yeah, so it's all so it's smoother, right? Yeah, I agree. I think that would look a lot better. And maybe the arms would like if you look at where that red gun is, maybe the arms rotate up to that point so it's got the shoulder cannons on the top
Yes, yeah. That would have made sense.
Again, just so the arms just aren't sticking outwards. They haven't done a lot though, but they've done something.
Yeah. I mean, there is a real sense of Metroplex that it was more a case of trying to get the biggest transformer they could out the door.
Yes. It was.
I mean, the thing is,
it was really impressive to see because we hadn't seen a figure this tall since the original Fort Max. Sorry, Fort Max. Yeah, and it's
even third party, you weren't really seeing anything this big at this point, not yet.
No, I agree.
And there is a lot of detail there. I mean, the fact that his gun is sculpted to look like a spaceship, there's spaceship detail on it. That's kind of fun, you know? And you're right. There's stuff to like about this, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
And it's one. I'm really hesitant nowadays to imagine them taking another swing at it because.
I know. I mean, to be fair, I've not been a huge supporter of the Titan class in general. I think maybe the best Titan class figure is Tidal Wave. I don't have it, but it seems like it's the one that probably has done the most with its budget, and it's reduced its scale as well. So it's not focusing on just being big, which I feel that a lot of the Titan ones are. It's just a very, very big figure. I prefer this
do
than
like...
the Fort Max because I think the Fort Max retool of this is crap because it's not Fort Max at all. It's just a naffy retool of this figure in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a soft spot for both the Triptychon and the Black Zarak releases.
I can see that. I appreciate the Black Zarak because it's like,
Yes.
well, you know, it's nice to see him.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Titan, my biggest issue with Titans is how the prices have just gone through the roof on it.
Oh,
I mean, Metroplex was under 100 when he came out.
Was he really that low?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was about 80.
No.
And in fact, when I bought my Triptychon, was about that as well.
Oh yeah, he would have been on sale though for 80 because he was definitely more than 80 when he came out.
This was before Trips went on deep discount anywhere. This was...
I'm pretty sure me and Mikey weren't interested in Triptychon in...
Oh, hello.
Okay, we're back again. My KBS is back up and it is connecting back to YouTube and back to Twitch again. Okay, sorry.
I suspect this might be a sign for us to start wrapping things up.
I don't know why. So I know, like I said, I know when it happens because there's a big wing in my ear, and I'm like, "What the heck?" Okay, so sorry. What were you saying, Big D?
Oh, I've forgotten now. Actually, no. I know what I was going to say. I do like the the Scamper figure he comes with is quite good fun.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And this figure did provide a part of the impetus for a lot of the Legends designers out there because Iron Factory did their Slammer and Six Gun as some of their first figures for this. There was that massive Six Gun figure that turned into a duplicate of his Red Cannon.
Yes, yeah.
That was out there for a while. And I mean, I've got... What was it? There was a non-transforming gun some guys did that I've got one of because I didn't get the San Diego or the Takara version, so I had a single red gun with mine. But did kind of spur a lot of folks on to do stuff to go with it.
That's true. Yeah.
So
and it's good. Hasbro eventually on to do stuff just many years into the future. Wasn't it like Kingdom by the time that Slammer came out?
Yeah, Slammer in Kingdom, Six Gun in Siege.
Oh, that's right. That's Siege. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a while away from this point though, which is kind of funny.
It really was.
Yeah. In terms of redos, oh my god, this has had a few. Okay, so there was a not very impressive couple, I think. We had a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Can't tell which it is. I don't think there's an image of
they haven't got a I think the reason there's no pictures because it's pretty much the same as the Hong Kong animation comic game version, which is where they've got a picture of it.
Was that the one below it? Yes, it is. Okay, what were the differences with this one? The thighs are different. They've actually painted the thighs up rather than them being white. I think they've done...
That does actually make a bit of difference, doesn't it? That's a bit of extra pizzazz.
Yeah, it breaks up the colors a little bit. Nothing crazy. Did this figure come with a fuck ton of stickers as well? Or was it a different release of this figure that came with a load of stickers? A sticker sheet? Or am I misremembering?
No, it did come with a big sheet of stickers.
I thought so. I wasn't sure.
100 stickers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
Some of which, as they point out here, are actually misnumbered.
Oh. Good job. Hasbro.
Yeah.
Bastards. There was also the Takara version of this figure, which it has different thighs again. We didn't mention it. It does have a light in it in his in the center mass.
Yeah.
Did it have sounds as well? I can't remember.
I think he does, but
I think he does.
Actually, yes. I think there's one of voice clips is that Metroplex answer the call of the last Prime line. I'm pretty sure that's one of the lines he does.
It sounds about right. Sounds about
Yeah.
right. The other changes to the Japanese one are they changed his battle station mode. So the inside or the now flat tops are not black. They're colored white to match the rest of the figure. They've done a few other bits here and there, which is it's fine. Nothing crazy. It's just like, okay, well, fair enough. There's
the
also
extra gun makes a bit of a difference. I think it gives a bit more symmetry.
yes, I
Some
think
of modes.
the
It's an extra tower to play with.
the previous version had the extra gun as well, and I guess the SDCC one. It's just the first version that didn't. There was the Legends version of the figure, which was a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive under the Legends line, so probably had a little comic with it as well.
That was in 2018. Crumbs.
For this version, Scamper's thighs and shoulders are black in comparison to previous versions. To compensate for the lack of Slammer and Six Gun in this mold, the accompanying mini-comic designated Metroplex's weapons as new versions of them. Slammer is then flipped out of a turret. Okay, so it seems like there's no real difference here. It's just you want the figure again, but maybe with slightly different Scamper. And then for version 2, there was Fort Max, which we can talk about, which, I don't like. They attempt to do the city mode, but it's a really half-assed city mode because the legs do not go up into the skyscrapers. They just kind of lie flat. There is a decent amount of remolding, though. They do have, like, Metroplex's shin guns. The arms, I think there is quite a lot of retooling here. It's just building off the bones of Metroplex.
There are some good fan modes that make him look better and without having to invest in some of the upgrades that do even more.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But if you're willing to drop money on the upgrade kits, you can make it work much better. Same with Metroplex, in fairness. It does help that if they've made his stomach, that helps that it's actually a nice big block instead of
they filled that out with the tower, the centerpiece for the battle station mode, the center cannons. Good idea. I still think this is probably the better version of the mold compared to Metroplex. I still think it's massively flawed. He does have a Titan Master for Spike and then a Titan Master robot for Cerebros, which has a sound gimmick in it as well. So that's nice. So you get quite a bit here in comparison. Like, Scamper's fine. I think Spike and Cerebros are more playable, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, Cerebros himself is actually a relatively decently posable figure. He's got the voice box built into him.
Yeah.
So that affects some of the torso stuff he can do. But surprisingly decent deluxe, in fairness, given
it's not bad.
He just turned into a head.
Yeah, and he can turn his weird tower block mode for the quote-unquote city as well, but we don't talk about that because it's crap.
I always forget that.
Yeah, well...
With good reason.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know. I forgot that Spike in this was called Emissary. Wasn't Spike.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember why, but maybe legal reasons. Oh, no.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
More than likely. I think that's an easy shout to make. And then there was some iterations on Fort Max because they did him for SDCC, where they gave him the Master Sword. Were there any other changes? Oh, I think he came with stickers. Yes, he came with shitty foil stickers. I can see them on the figure.
Stickers, and I think the deco on Cerebros was slightly... Yeah, the mainline release of Fort Max, Cerebros was black, remember rightly, and the Takara and San Diego version of Cerebros was in more grey tones.
Well, wouldn't it be nice to see Cerebros in an image? Lamau. Never mind. They didn't show us. So that's all they did there. Then there was the Legends version that they did for Japan. Where this was a lot more heavily repainted to make him look more G1-ish, because the original version was half-arsing it, I would say, where the Japanese version just went full, just make him look G1 in terms of his color scheme, nice bright whites and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, and then they remolded Cerebros. No, did they?
In fairness, no. He does have a different head.
Yes, they've remolded Emissary.
Yeah, right. And like I said, his deco is slightly different because they've gone it helps at Fort Max because he's a he's a different character in Headmasters
Yes.
in Japan, but also he's the star of like 50 odd episodes.
Yeah,
So,
true.
Although Fort Max does have a place in a lot of Western fans' hearts, he was probably a lot more of a factor in Japanese fans' memories.
100%. 100%. Way more significant.
Hmm.
So I think this is a good version of the mold, to be fair. It's still got a crap transformation, to be fair, but probably if you want Fort Max, this is the best version of him, I would say. And then the last version of him was Grand Max. So they repainted him in Japan. Just all out repainted him, gave him the Master Sword, gave him a smaller version of the Master Sword as well. And yeah, he's just repainted out to look like Grand Max for the very small amount of time that he appeared.
Did this actually get released? I remember it had a really. Oh, that's right. It was only a couple of weeks, wasn't it? And minimum 2,000 orders.
Yeah, it was. You pre-ordered this. I completely forgot that was the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He would have included
for Pretender suit. Yeah.
He would have included a retool of the.
If he got 3,000 pre-orders.
Yeah. To be fair, it was an expensive figure to get. So.
Oh God, yeah, it was.
Unfortunately, pre-orders did not reach this level within the 3-week deadline. God damn! For a big ass figure like that, you should have had it right? Longer than that. Because that would have been 200, 300, right? Something like that.
I think it was something like that, yeah.
And to be like, oh, you got 3 weeks. You have 300 of however much yen. No? Oh, why didn't this work? Who knows? It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the first and got used until, I mean, when was Grand Max? It got used to 2018. Yeah, so it got used for like 3 to 4 years. It got quite a few reuses out of it, to be fair.
Much more than you expect, especially once you factor in Fort Max. But even without that, I mean, the number of times they released the base Metroplex figure is pretty astounding when you think about it.
And yet no Metro Titan.
I was going to say, and surprisingly no Metro Titan release.
Like, you expect America not to do Metro Titan? Odd that Japan didn't do it. I know he's a niche character even within Japanese continuity, but the Japanese are crazy, so it is weird, especially around the Legends era, so it is weird that they didn't do Metro Titan, I feel.
Absolutely.
Odd.
Is it worth pointing out for just one last thing that Scamper himself did, in addition to the slight changes in the deco for Metroplex releases, he did get a re-release as one of the subscription figures as Scorponok.
Did he? Oh,
yeah.
Where's that? I can't. Where are you, Scamper? Scamper. Oh, Funpub, Scorponok. Oh my God, let's have a look at that. What?
And
it doesn't look like Scorponok.
It's Beast Wars Scorponok.
Oh, it's not what I was hoping for.
I know you were hoping for bright greens, and instead you got.
I was hoping, like, at the very least, I was like, oh, they'll do Minzarak colors at least, right? You know, the beige and the purple. It's like, no, it's like, it's Beast Wars. Like, I guess, I guess he's that. Like, if I covered up the Predacon, I think even if I just showed this to you without context of like who is this character, you wouldn't think, oh yeah, this is Scorponok, right?
Not in a million years.
No. If I ask you this in 20 years' time, you know, I'm definitely not going to know who this is meant to be, and I don't. You might, because you're a wealth of knowledge. But a lot of people I don't think would.
Yeah. How to say it? Scamper himself is actually a fun little Legends figure.
Yeah, it's a shame he wasn't released outside of this figure effectively.
Yeah,
not crazy, but like, not bad.
I'm even surprised that they haven't tried to do him as a deluxe in one of the lines more recently.
Oh, like just to make him match up with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they couldn't, I suppose. Yeah.
It's fine. I've got a couple of. I've got the Iron Factory ones, and I picked up a couple of years back. There was a third-party set of 6-gun and Scamper that are really stupidly posable.
Mm.
Kind of, it's not deluxes, but better than most legends. And the Scamper figure poses like a dream.
Oh, okay.
My testing pose for most figures to see how well they pose is can they be posed mid roundhouse spin kick? And yeah, he could do that quite easily.
I mean, it's hard to balance. I can't do that pose.
Oh yeah, it's hard to balance, but if you can get a transformer to balance like that, it's with one leg cocked and
yeah.
Can
you do that pose?
Then, I could once upon a time.
Do it now. Do it now. Send a picture. No, don't.
No, I want to be able to get to bed tonight. Thank you.
I threw my back out, Andy, you bastard. Oh, fuck. XL Head says, I want a new Metroplex better built to match Titan Triptychon. Mm-hmm. And please, for the love of Primus, fill out the waist. Yes. Yeah. Mr. White says, collectors love the look of Metroplex, but I remember many quickly bemoaned the lack of display options, such as brought with it, such as size brought with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big footprint.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of space. To be fair, there are a lot of Transformer collectors that like them big, like them real big, and obviously having it's impressive to have a big Transformer, but there are issues.
I mean, I own 4 Titans, and all of them are still boxed.
Really?
I've had them all out, but they're all in their boxes because I have nowhere to put the damn things.
Yeah, there's no real convenient space to put figures of that size, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I have to say, if that rumor of an IDW-inspired leader class Fort Max coming is true, that is one of my collection holes plugged, and hopefully that means they'll do a Scorponok at leader class as well.
Oh, that'd be fun, yeah.
And if that was like, that could be IDW Scorponok, or it could be G1 Scorponok.
It doesn't really matter because the IDW one wasn't that different, right? It was a little different, but pretty close.
But I just would like those 2 characters as for ones we knew from the comics, in some where they actually interacted with people and weren't Titans, or City Formers as they are now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
XL Head says, top 4 Titans, Triptychon, Omega Supreme, Predaking. Oh, yeah, technically Omega Supreme's one. Sorry, Predaking's one. And Scorponok. And also, don't forget the Emissary repaint from HasLab for Omega Prime. Oh, yeah, technically. Yeah. Well, that'll bring our show, our ropey show that's failed twice for whatever internet reasons. That'll be fun for editing. Thank you, Big D, for coming on by.
No worries. I've thoroughly enjoyed going through these. This is, although we've had some critiques, this is still one of my favorite parts of the line.
Yeah,
overall.
I mean, for me, it's Titan Titty Return, as I call it. Titan's Return is my favorite part of the line, but I mean, this Thrilling 30s was coming out of a dark period of Transformers, at least, into a much more stable place in a lot of ways.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found, Big D?
Oh, I am all over the interwebs as David Kelly. You can't even miss me. Look for the weird bearded gentleman. Right, that does narrow it down, but hey. I'm an occasional contributor to UKAnime.net. Hopefully my review of 4K re-release of Akira has gone up recently. I saw that on Friday, and that was my first time seeing Akira in the cinema, and it kind of was almost a religious experience. If you get a chance in the next few days, folks, I recommend going to see it at the cinema. It's great. And then over on the Fluff and Hammer, I'm Mr. Gruff's regular cohort on the Deeper Dives, where we find a subject from White Dwarf of yore, and we yammer about it for as long as we can do.
Have you started those up again, or are you still going through backlog?
Those should be, I think, for week after next, we're going to be starting back on those.
Oh, cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then with Mr. White, we do Fluff and Busters, where we find a film and talk about it for the runtime of the movie. Do us a nice little commentary track to aid your viewing. Last one to go up was Demolition Man, which we've been incredibly touched to see how that's gone down. So that was good. And with this, the next one should be Alita Battle Angel going up. I think this Friday, if I'm right on saying that. And then it should be the one I did with yourself, Andy, where we talked about Sharp's rifles.
Oh, okay.
That's on the YouTubes as Fluff and Busters.
Yeah, we talked about pandas at the start of that.
We did.
Yeah.
We went on a tangent before we even got to the show. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decade Andy. You can find me on the Moonbase 2 show, obviously, here every week. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on by. We're here on a Sunday at 9:30 in the evening UK time. You can find us on Moonbase 2, Twitter, iTunes, Libsyn, Facebook, YouTube is Moonbase 2 Transformers podcast, on ccbunker.weebly.com as well, if you want to come and get us that way. I think that's all of the big things. As far as I'm aware, we'll be back next week talking about the news. Wasn't it a kick in the dick when I released the podcast, and then on Monday they went, "Oh yeah, he's Commander Jetfire." You fucking bastards. So I'll have that to talk about next week, and the few other things that they showed off as well. So that's something to look forward to. And then when we come back, Big D, it'll be Combiner Wars.
Oh
yes.
I have thoughts about that line, and I gather you do as well.
Yes, yeah, reasonably positive on that line, but we'll get to it. Ups and downs, with all things.
Absolutely.
And until then, thanks everybody for coming on by, and we'll see you next week for Moonbase 2.
Yeah, cheers, folks. Bye bye.